you're going to have somebody 10 keying in numbers. And after 7, there's about a 30% chance that you end up with a mistake.
How's it going, Jaime?
Doing well. Just dropping by to pay you a visit.
Sure.
Can you give me a little bit of information about your program and what you do here, sir?
Absolutely. So here at Casper College, we do have an apprenticeship in electrical, in being an electrician. We have the 8 classes that you need to be an electrician. Most of the people that we have coming here for that, which actually leads to a certificate, they're working with or for a master electrician, and you can get the classes here that count towards your apprenticeship so you can become a journeyman. We also have apprenticeship in plumbing. That's a not-for-credit class that you can take here and put that towards being a licensed plumber as well. Other programs that we have, well, we have engineering technology, which is a lot of drafting and design for engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, as well as architectural. We do all kinds of things with that. This is one of our labs here. Lots of things for...
What's this here?
Mechanical engineering, design-wise. This is the water bath for our 3D printer.
Oh.
So you can see in there, it's pretty hot. Plastic parts, right?
Oh. What's it for?
I'm not sure what this one's for. It's a student project for something, but we've got more 3D printed parts. This is our 3D printer. It's a little bit larger than some of the maker bots that you would see. It's an industrial 3D printer. All kinds of parts. This was a prototype for a thing called the bench paw that was worked on with, they printed it in 3D. And this was a self-watering dog bowl that a student designed. All kinds of things in here. One student was designing wings for model airplanes and things. All kinds of stuff.
What are the practical applications of learning this kind of stuff here? Like, how would we see that in the quote unquote real world, or in what kind of industries?
Oh yeah, in any kind of manufacturing, product design, you'd use 3D printing for rapid prototyping. Come up with a prototype and kind of design the flaws out of it before you go into production, of course. You can also use 3D printers for different kinds of manufacturing with lost wax or sand casting, things like that. Lots of different processes with manufacturing in that sense. We also have things such as a CNC router table over here.
Oh, yeah.
The laser engraver and cutter.
So what do you do with the laser engraver? What is that?
You know, we have students do a lot of different projects where they're not just creating drawings, but they actually come up with a product. Back here, up on the wall, some fly rod holders.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah. This was actually a part of a stage set for a play here at Casper College. This was made
how cool.
on a CNC router table.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. All made out of foam and then painted to look like concrete. Over in we have another shop lab next door this way. Let's walk through that way.
Okay.
Over there we have a Cnc Plasma Table, things like that. That's actually a mock-up of the sign at the Warner Wildlife Museum that one of our students started out with, drawing it on paper and then taking that into the computer and then cutting it out with the plasma table. Over here, we get into everything from automation with robotics and program logic controllers with our electronics department.
So there's a lot of collaboration between different
There's a lot of
programs.
collaboration between the electronics and fitting those kinds of things in with the manufacturing and design of parts and pieces, right?
So sorry to interrupt. Do you normally have folks who say begin on one program, but then they transition to other programs when they find that that might be the better path, or is that?
We do. We'll have students that come in and they say they want to be a degreed engineer for engineering science, and they say, you know what, I'm not where I would want to be with my math for that, and I don't want to do 4 years of math. I want to do fun things.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we do, is fun things. And sometimes they may go electronics and then cross-train and move over to drafting, or they decide they like architecture better, or that does happen a lot.
So it tends to be like, this is the kind of degree track where it kind of becomes like a gateway to a lot of different things, right?
Absolutely.
Be
Absolutely.
a good set, like a foundational step.
And that's
right?
sometimes we have students that start in manual machining, and then they get a hold of something like this. This is a Haas CNC Machining Center. And they start working in AutoCAD and SolidWorks, all these programs, and they decide they want to do more of the automation of manufacturing, or they like the architecture or civil or what have you more. That does happen a lot.
So in terms of the demand and the positions or jobs that are in this industry, I mean, where are we at with that in Wyoming? Do you think that that's something that is very much in demand?
You know, we don't see as much automation in our region as we do in some of the rest of the country. However, we are seeing more and more manufacturing every day. A lot of people don't know about some of the companies that are here, from everywhere from Woodward steering systems to Defense Tech. There's a lot of things made here in Casper, Wyoming that people aren't even aware of. Over in Riverton, there is a fairly good size injection mold company.
Okay. Awesome. So for, say, non-traditional students and stuff like that, do you get a lot of traffic in that regard, or do you think that this could be a really good step for folks who are looking to acquire additional tools? Who maybe were in one profession before, maybe want to, step in and pick up more knowledge?
We probably, in our programs in this area, somewhat depends on which one I'm talking about, but we probably have about half traditional students that come from the high schools directly into our programs, and then the other half are either people that this is a second opportunity, a second career choice, something new for them. Another part of that is people that are professionals working in their field, and they find that they want to up their skill in something. In the class that we were just in just a minute ago, I know there's an individual in there that retired from the Marines as a marine animal trainer.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Then he became a electrical engineer, degreed engineer, works in the power generation industry here in Wyoming. And he's been taking classes with us for 2 semesters now, upping his game in drafting and CAD, using AutoCAD and SolidWorks, because he does a lot more design work now than he used to. He used to work out in the field, and now he is designing things that are being built out in the field, of course. And he's been taking classes with us, 1 class a semester for 2 semesters now. That happens a lot. People are upping their game, if you will.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. What would you say to a younger person who's maybe looking to explore a variety of different careers or doesn't know what they're going into? Do you think this, if they're inclined to look at mechanical things or this sort of area?
Absolutely.
What would you say to them right now in terms of exploration?
Come talk to us. We can find a good path for you. And I always, whenever I'm advising, always like to make sure that I'm giving students options as they go. Start off in some math, as well as some of our intro engineering graphics classes. Or if you want to go construction, we'll start off with some math again, and at the same time get you in some of our intro to construction management or manufacturing or whatever your initial interests are. We'll get you on those paths, and then we can always figure out where you want to go from there as to, do you want to be here for 2 years and then go to work making good money, or do you want to leave here and go to the University of Wyoming, or I've had students go down and get bachelor's degrees in engineering technology in New Mexico and architecture degrees in Montana and all kinds of paths. So let us know what you want to do and we can find a path. And I always like to say, while we're finding that path, we always like to identify where you have options, and you can always parlay into one direction or the other. And you know.
Okay, awesome. Is there anything else that you'd like to add about the programs or Casper College offerings? It's a big question.
Yeah, just come up and give us a chance to talk to you and see what we can do to find what you're interested in and get you on a path to somewhere.
Wonderful. I appreciate your time, Jason. Thanks so
Sure.
much.
Thank you for stopping by, hon.
Yeah.